In ancient Greek mythology, there is a cautionary tale about a man named Narcissus, who was exceptionally good-looking but also extremely vain and self-absorbed. He rejected love and companionship, including advances from the nymph Echo. One day, Narcissus saw his own reflection in a pool of water and fell in love with it, not realizing it was himself. He became obsessed and eventually realized that he cannot obtain the object of his desire. In despair, he died staring at his reflection. Fast forward to today, and we find ourselves looking not into pools of water, but into screens filled with social media. Have we too become captives of our own reflections in the digital age? Are we all in some way becoming modern-day Narcissuses and trapped in a never-ending cycle of self-love and self-destruction? The ancient tale of Narcissus speaks of a man captivated by his own reflection in a pool of water. What drew him to this reflective surface wasn't just vanity. It was a deeper, almost pathological need for validation. Today's age of social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at first glance seem to offer a window into a vibrant global community. But don't be fooled. This window soon turns into a mirror. Your feed becomes a curated display of your own life and thoughts, subtly directing your focus inward. This is social media's first trick, promising a global village only to nudge us into becoming spectators of our own lives. You get entangled in a digital reflection that not only shows your face but also amplifies your insecurities and aspirations. Before you know it, you're sucked into a self-perpetuating cycle that starts to feel like a trap. Social media platforms use algorithms to customize what you see. Initially, these algorithms offer a varied mix of content to engage your interest. However, as you interact more, the algorithms narrow down the type of content displayed to match your likes, clicks, and shares. The result? An algorithmic echo chamber, a cycle that feeds you more of what you already agree with. Instead of showing a diverse world, it reflects back a curated version of reality based on your interests and beliefs. You see less of what challenges you and more of what comforts you. The danger lies in mistaking this limited view for the whole picture, leading you to believe that the entire world thinks like you do. While the tale of Narcissus warns us about the dangers of self-absorption, today's digital landscape extends the risk to a warped sense of reality and reinforced biases. The algorithms don't just show who you are, they shape your worldview, often limiting your perspective and your capacity for growth. When you post online, likes and comments roll in, offering instant validation. It feels good, like a pat on the back. This quick hit of approval keeps us engaged and sets off an endless cycle, similar to how Narcissus was captivated by his own reflection. Each like briefly disturbs our digital pool, but also prompts the desire for more, an endless loop. But here's where the scenario diverges from the solitude of Narcissus. We're not alone with our reflections. We constantly compare our likes, shares, and comments to those of friends or celebrities and other strangers. This validation is fleeting, like a sugar high. The satisfaction quickly wears off and pushes us to seek out the next hit. The constant need for digital approval keeps us perpetually anxious and unsatisfied. Social media promises to connect us with the world. You can talk to someone thousands of miles away, react to their thoughts in real time, and even see pictures from their life. While this gives the impression that we are more connected than ever, the reality often tells a different story. It's like being in a packed room where everybody is talking but nobody is listening. Despite admirers and the surrounding beauty of nature, Narcissus was alone, captivated by his own image. Similarly, the hyperfocus of our digital selves isolates us from meaningful human interaction. The term FOMO, or the fear of missing out, summarizes this paradox. You are connected, yet you feel like life is happening elsewhere without you. It's a peculiar form of loneliness that exists even when you are connected to countless others online. We collect friends as if they were trading cards, but how many of them can we actually turn to for genuine support or meaningful conversation? Imagine a room full of judgmental mirrors, each telling you that you are not good enough, smart enough, or attractive enough. That is the darkest side of social media. While not designed to harm, these platforms can be a hotbed for anxiety, depression, and poor self-esteem. The search for validation through likes and comments is endless and draining. Unlike Narcissus, who faced no judgment from his reflection, social media users are at the mercy of public opinion. A lack of likes or worse, negative comments can spiral into self-doubt and mental anguish. Studies link high social media use to mental health issues. This ongoing quest for digital approval doesn't just sap emotional well-being. It also takes a toll on time and focus. The always-on nature of social media disrupts our sense for reality and impedes mental rest. Discussing Narcissus leads us to the concept of the self. In the myth, Narcissus is enthralled by his own reflection. But what does the self-image symbolize in today's digital landscape? On social media, your self is not merely your physical existence, but a composite of reality and digital metrics. Your photos and the likes, comments and shares they garner. You become a product available to public scrutiny. René Descartes' famous words, "I think, therefore I am," seems to have evolved into "I post, therefore I am" in the social media era. Your existence in this context hinges on digital validation. When likes and comments are absent, do we, even momentarily, lose our sense of self? Philosophy often engages with the tension between the universal, applicable to all, and the individual, unique to each of us. Social media blurs these lines. Your individual experience can rapidly become a universal truth as algorithms push your posts. Does this unification of experience reduce us to mere data points? Narcissus syndrome is essentially our collective addiction to the pull of social media. Much like Narcissus found it impossible to detach from his own reflection, we are caught in a loop of endless scrolling, posting, and approval seeking. The stakes are higher than they appear. It's not just time that we are squandering, but our connection to the real, tangible world. Quitting social media might not be simple, as it's engineered to be habit-forming. It's not just a series of apps, but a digital ecosystem built to monopolize your attention and time. Social media platforms are intentionally designed to be difficult to leave behind. The infinite scroll feature, for instance, is no accident. It's a calculated feature to keep you engaged for as long as possible. And the longer you stay, the more ad revenue they generate. You're not just a user, you're a product. Your data, attention and time are being sold to the highest bidder. Anxiety, depression, loneliness, and a distorted sense of self and reality are the true prices we pay for our digital obsession. Unlike Narcissus, our fate isn't sealed. Breaking free from the screen's spell begins with the simple, deliberate choice to step back, refocus on the real over the reflected, and prioritize living over posting. Awareness is our lifeline. Use it. It's time to disconnect, reclaim our reality, and discover a world waiting beyond the glass.